morning, folks. My name's The Second Son. Welcome back. If you know me, hi. If you don't, now you do. The garage caught fire a while ago, and it nuked my camera, which sucks a little bit. So I've been a little depressed that I haven't touched this thing in a minute, a fat minute. And that's no way to build a house. Can't build nothing when you don't work on it. I'm working on, I don't know what of this you can see. I am working on a brace mortise for the brace in an upright. This one does not have a tie beam into it. This one is just bracing. In other news, I've been planting all kinds of natives around the pond bank. It's a project my mother and I started a while ago now, probably last year. We tore out the entire pond bank worth, we tore out maybe a third of this huge pond bank, but it was a ton of material, invasive plants all the way through. I think it was invasive grapevine, or at least a non-native grapevine, which was no longer producing grapes. It's what everybody says. Oh, but you could have gotten grapes. I don't care. Not good ones. Not native ones. Tore all that out, and so now we have all sorts of native plants planted in. We are still fighting the multifloral rose and even some of that grapevine as it tries to come back from our war efforts. I've gotten a good bit of my garden in. Oh, and I have things to report on the seed snails. I should make a separate video, truly. I'm too lazy, so I'm just going to yap at you from here. So the seed snails that I made were useful. They definitely worked. I mean, I have seedlings that are growing from them now in the garden. The problem with them is if you leave them too long, they do get root bound, and they get root bound in this web that just runs the entire length of the seed snail. As you unroll it, you'll see the roots just kind of like keep going, and you have to be a bit brutal to pull them apart. The plant will survive, but I'm sure it's not fun for the plant, and it's certainly not fun for me. So if you're gonna do them, make sure you're ready to plant promptly when they're ready. I waited a long time, and that was, a detriment. I also have news on the potato planter. It is working marvelously. The potato planter is a 2 foot by 4, a 2 foot by 2 foot by 4 foot box made up of slats and some uprights. For those of you who didn't watch that episode, which is like 99% of the audience, it is planted by putting a layer of hay, a layer of dirt, and potatoes around the sides. And through the slats, the potatoes can feel the sunlight or whatever, and they grow out the sides of the slats. And then the potatoes themselves grow into the center. You can have multiple layers of these like bird nests of potatoes in this thing. And it's growing great. It's just outside the door. If I remember, I'll pick up the camera and show you, but I need to get this done. So I'm not actually gonna stop. It's working marvelously. I'm hoping that extraction is also gonna be very easy, but I get the feeling that I'm gonna try to tip this thing over and everything's just gonna go like and maybe rip itself apart. But yeah, happy to announce that progress is going great with the potatoes. I think I'm gonna have maybe not a ton of potatoes because I planted a bunch of different varieties. I'm not sure how that's gonna work in that planter. Maybe they'll crossbreed and give me weird mutant sweet russet potatoes. But I should have potatoes, and that's cool. Oh, I certainly did not tell you all of the natives that were growing down along the pond. If you care to listen to a list of just native plants, there are 2 different plots of Monarda. There's Monarda fasciculosa and Monarda didyma, I think. So that's nice. Those are really good for pollinators and other things. Many butterflies enjoy them. I think there is a moth that they're a host plant to. I'll have to double check myself on that one. It's going to be a lot of just like Google. I hate that it's Google. A lot of the www on the side of the screen here. before I put in the effort. Now I've said it in the video. I have to put